Welcome back to My Car Cave. Today we're going to be talking about the 2022 Aston Martin AMR22 driven by Sebastian Vettel at his last race in Abu Dhabi. This particular version, I think, is a special release by CK Model Cars out of Germany. I bought a lot of models from them over the years, and so I think they've been releasing these special clamshell boxes. They have the team color schemes, a little information about the race history, some graphics on here, a really nice box. And when you open it, inside you obviously have the car, but you also have a corresponding photo of the car from said race. So anyways, a nice overall presentation. I do like the size of this box. It's much smaller than the regular release versions. It does cost a little bit more money, but that's for you to decide if that's worth it or not. So let's go ahead and take a look at the car. So to this car, so this is, I had bought a bunch of Spark cars, so I actually have this Spark early season version of this car, and this is the late season version of the AMR22. It's drastically different. The side pods here are completely different. Everybody kind of, once Red Bull showed that they had the pace, a lot of people moved to try to copy them the best they could. Aston Martin had a completely different look to this car. I may do a different review video showing you the differences in the two. But yeah, totally almost like a new car. This looks much more like the current 2023 car that was running around. And so at this point, I'm inclined to keep both of them because they just are so dramatically different in my collection. I may change my mind once I have the 2023 car and they look too similar. Anyway, so just kind of going over some highlights here. This is typical Minichamps quality model. Some different things, some interesting things I've never seen before are you see these kind of shiny spots on the wheels. I think that, yeah, it's meant to reflect the end of the race, where they pick up all the clag and extra rubber bits. It's super interesting. I kind of thought like, hey, it's kind of a mock wet look or something, but once I figured out what it was, I thought, hey, that's kind of a neat detail we haven't seen before, really from any producer. I don't like the dirty look on the cars when they do that. So this is kind of weird that you have post-race tires, but a clean car. But that said, I have a Hamilton dirty car and it just looks not right to me. So anyways, I thought that was pretty interesting. Also, if you look at the rear wheels, you'll see things like Donka Seb on here, SV for Sebs. So I think, again, super cool details that you don't always see. You only see them on the special editions. I didn't catch it during the race, but who would unless you were in the pits? But kind of a cool nod to, this being the last race. In addition, you have Vettel's special helmet that he ran at that last race as well. And that's kind of nice. Minichamps, what I was really curious to see this year was they've moved to these reflective iridium type lenses or visors on the helmets. I think that's a cool detail. Some people, I've seen reviews, they think it's kind of gaudy or just too much, and I can understand that. It's definitely better than the brown and kind of the stuff they've used for decades now. So I do appreciate that attempt to make them look more like the originals. So that's neat. But anyways, this is a high quality model. I think, again, it's drastically different than the early season. One of the things you can see late season, Aston Martin developed these kind of rear wing flip ups or end plate, that are different than the standardized one. They're the only ones to have done so. And I think that's kind of a neat detail. It's kind of nice to have. So it definitely separates it from my early season version and really any other, version of the car. That said, Yeah, it's a great model. It's heavy. It's got some good weight. I think the paint looks great. The decals look amazing. Again, I like this reflective visor. I think it's more in line with the way things are these days. I can appreciate a difference of opinion, though. Again, I'll cover this maybe in a comparison video, but yeah, the wing inlets the wing planes are not separated on the Minichamps as they are on the Spark. That's kind of I don't want to say a failure, but it would have been nice if they had done that. In the back, it's also the same. It's one piece. It's not two pieces. But not enough for me to be disappointed in this model. I do think Minichamps does a great job with their carbon fiber decals. Their wheels always look amazing. So I really, really like this model a lot. I think it's beautiful. And again, I think I should compare it to the early season just because they're technically different looking cars, but also, just for fun to see what the difference between Spark and Minichamps is. I know some of those videos exist already, but we can do one here. And just for fun, I also have, if that's Seb's last race, well, this was his first race, the USGP 2007. So I was fortunate enough to have attended that race. I don't recall how Seb did in that race, but anyways, it was a Sauber BMW car at the time. You can see just from sheer scale how much F1 has changed since that time. So it's impressive, but there you go. Finish off with Seb's first car and his last car. Thanks again for watching, and I'll be posting more videos soon.